Welcome everybody to the special Saturday edition of Dad's on Wrestling. I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
And I'm Jeff Meacham, of course.
Why are you so somber still?
I'm tired, honestly. It's not somber, it's just a matter of lack of sleep this week.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said Thursday, it's generally not a good week in my family's history, so I'm just exhausted.
Alright.
So
we're here tonight to talk about the Night of Champions pay-per-view and to give our predictions on the matches announced as of right now.
Yes.
We will start at the bottom and work our way to the top.
Okay.
The non-title match at Night of Champions, Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler.
For it being on the show, first of all, stupid. It's like the Big Show, whatever match Big Show had last year that was a non-title match. It's like, why is this on the card? It's not a championship match. You've got enough championships to...
Pre-show, right? Isn't that what the pre-show's for?
Well, with the pre-show, they're having the Battle Royal to determine the number one contender for the, championship.
Shouldn't this be on the pre-show, though?
It should, but you've got Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler, two of their hottest commodities right now. They're not going to relegate them to YouTube status.
Mr. Money in the Bank, I'll give you, but Mr. Second Time Suspended didn't give a fuck he was suspended.
He's still one of the biggest guys they've got.
Pre-show would have been, good punishment for him. It's like they completely left him off SummerSlam.
Exactly. I think that was punishment
so
the
next pay-per-view, put him on the free preview. And then by the next pay-per-view, he can be back to the main card. Curtain jerking, but put him back on the main card.
Well, I really think they put this on the show to give Dolph Ziggler a showcase to win. Because Dolph needs this win. Orton, like you said, he doesn't care about, he doesn't seem to care that he got in trouble again. And, for Dolph to continue his ascension and push toward the World Heavyweight Championship, he's got to get a big win over a former champion. I think Randy Orton would be just the guy.
It sounds like it's a logical theory, but I also know that WWE likes to de-push people in the middle of a push.
Which is stupid, but...
Miz, when he was Mr. Money in the Bank, didn't win every match because when he finally cashed it in, they wanted to make people think he was going to lose.
Well, yeah, but now that whole thing was over because the guy that cashed in and didn't win the championship has already happened now. John did it earlier this year, so
thank God.
Yeah.
I would like to see Dolph win. I'm going to go ahead and pick Dolph to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Randy gets a DQ victory because of Vicky getting involved or something. So Dolph still won't end up being pinned. But don't be surprised if they go that route for something.
Could be.
Tag titles. The Boomin' Truth versus Kane and D-Bry. Should we call them Team Anger Management?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, the therapist said to call them Team Friendship or something like that on Raw Monday night.
So Team Anger Management.
Yeah, this whole storyline with Kane and Bryan and Harold and whatever they're calling GQ Money on that show during the therapy sessions, it's been very, very weird. And they ended up having them defeat the Primetime Players on Monday after Kane literally chokeslammed Bryan onto, I think it was Titus, for the pin. And now they're getting a shot at the Tag Team Championships. And you know what? They're going to win. This is going to be the end of the Boomin' Truth reign. It's going to be Kane and Daniel Bryan, excuse me. It's going to be Kane and Bryan, the ones to topple Kofi and Ron.
And that's done.
It is done, but it's going to happen. I'm telling you right now.
Let's not give the titles to, an established team like the Usos or the Primetime Players.
Or ones they've been pushing like, Gabriel and Kid. Yeah, seriously. Let's just throw it on the Anger Management rejects. Which, granted, Bryan gets a title. That's a good day at the end of the day, but
it doesn't mean anything. It's not like he's going to be Triple Crown because the U.S. title doesn't count.
Exactly. It should. Triple Crown in my eyes.
So yeah. Pre-show, there's going to be a battle royal for the #1 contender to the United States Championship. We can't really go into depth about that though, because we don't know who's going to be in the match.
I still say Antonio's going to retain. It's too soon for him to lose it already.
I believe Antonio's going to retain, but it also depends a lot on who gets the shot. I mean, what if the freshly back Wade Barrett wins the match?
True.
They're not going to have Wade Barrett job on pay-per-view just coming back to Antonio Cesaro.
No, very true.
You know, so
but it would be a hell of a match, though.
That it would be. But
perhaps we'll do our live tweeting during the show and make our prediction once the Battle Royal is over.
Yes, look for that to come on Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Layla versus Caitlyn.
I don't care. It's not Natty. It's not Beth.
I was just going to say,
I don't care.
Can we have the Divas of Destruction just walk in, glam slams to both of them, sharpshooter, you know, and just totally own both of them?
Natty's had a double sharpshooter before. It wouldn't be the first time.
There you go.
Yeah, she was after Caitlyn won the Battle Royal. Natty was showing various yoga positions that she was learning from DDP, including like a sharpshooter on Caitlyn and bending Caitlyn in half, and it's like DDP's a good yoga instructor.
Yeah,
he knows what's up.
So is Trish.
This is true, and she looks hot on the magazine cover she's on this month. A couple of them.
Something tells me she's a little bit more flexible than DDP though, so Natty might want to learn from the former women's champion.
We need to move on now. I'm gonna pick Caitlyn. She's got the momentum. I don't like it, but whatever.
I'm going to pick Layla to retain.
Okay.
Even though they haven't really been using her on television, it's not like Caitlyn's going to get a big old Raw push either.
You'd be surprised, man. They are really high on her.
High on her personality, fine. High on her ring work, you must be high if you enjoy it.
I guess so.
Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight title.
Dolph Cashin, don't care.
That's what we've been saying every month.
I know. I want it to happen, damn it.
I think the big story here is Booker T banning the Brogue Kick, and will Sheamus be able to come out on top with his big move being illegal?
Well, he's developed the Texas Cloverleaf in the interim to have a new finishing move, and it's a finishing hold. So he could lock that on Alberto. Because Alberto's got the cross arm breaker, he could counter submission with submission. I'd like to think... Is he still calling it a Texas Cloverleaf, or is he calling it like, the four-leaf clover?
I think make it a little bit more Irish.
I think
the Lucky Charm.
I think they're calling it a cloverleaf, but not a Texas cloverleaf.
The Lucky Charm. I like that.
That'd be good. Okay, we'll
Casa D18 Studios original. Okay, you heard it here first.
There you go. Even with the kick band, even with all this stuff, they haven't really shown me that Alberto is going to be the one to win this match, which leads me to believe he actually is going to be the one to win this match. And we keep talking about on these shows that long title reigns are a thing of the past, and yet Sheamus just keeps going, and Punk just keeps going. So
there's a huge difference between Punk and Sheamus.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying both reigns have been longer than a lot of reigns in recent memory. So will it end on Sunday for Sheamus? I don't think it will. How that happens, DQ or whatever, I don't know, but I do believe that Sheamus is going to leave Boston with the title.
Okay. I'm going to pick Alberto to win. Okay. Not necessarily walk out with the title, but win.
Okay.
And last but not least, CM Punk versus John Cena.
Well, there is, again, speculation, and I haven't seen SmackDown, and we don't read the spoilers, but there's a thing going around that there's going to be an Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way.
I was going to get to that after.
Oh.
These matches are announced. That's speculation. That's rumor.
Oh, I figured we'd save the main event for the main event spot, but that's okay. Go ahead.
CM Punk versus John Cena.
Sorry. They're in Boston. It's John's hometown, or John's home area. He's still getting booed there. After Monday with punking out Punk the way he did, I don't know, but I still think that they want to save Punk for The Rock.
They have to, because it'll completely murder the whole once in a lifetime push
that they had for
if they make Rock Cena 2 at the Rumble.
Which is the only really real reason why I think that Punk is going to retain on Sunday.
You know, and even if Cena took the strap off of Punk and Punk got it back a month or two later, like at Survivor Series, what would be the point in that?
Exactly.
Just to give John another 2-month run with the strap?
Just to give John the big hometown win at the end of the day.
No.
It's like, you know, Punk needs to look strong going into a match with The Rock. This is The Rock's first championship match in like 10 years, I think. More than 10, because it'll be after 2012. And he was last champion in 2002. So for The Rock's first championship match in over 10 years, to be with a champion that's just barely been champion since November, it's not going to work. But for him to face and possibly defeat a champion that's been champion for over a year, which in this day and age is unheard of.
Since John did it the last time.
Since John did it the last time, exactly. For Rock to topple that CM Punk would be monumental.
Yes.
And they need to keep that way, which is, like I said, the only reason I think that CM Punk's going to retain.
I also feel Punk is going to retain, but I feel there's going to be some hashtag shenanigans.
More than likely.
I mean, let's not forget that Punk is now supposedly aligned with Paulie. Paulie's other client has quit so that they can save his dates. You have, you know, an old Paulie name who is on his way back to war, who this would be a grand time for him to re-debut. You know, so the Dangerous Alliance, the Heyman Hustle, whatever you want to call it, could definitely be in full effect in costing Cena the match in Boston.
Exactly. Or at least a championship.
That's where I'm looking to see.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I definitely don't think Punk will beat him cleanly, but I do think Punk will win.
But imagine if he does, how much of a big deal it'll be.
Yeah. If Punk beats Cena cleanly, Cena needs to seriously drop down to like the IC and tag division. Seriously.
But he won't. He won't, but... Speaking of the IC...
See, you like how I did that there? If you had just been patient...
I'm sorry!
If you'd just been patient and not so ADD...
I'm sorry.
Look, shiny.
Ooh, Petey.
I would have gotten there.
Alright. The speculation is that there's going to be a four-way, whether it's elimination or what, between Miz defending against Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Cody Rhodes.
Miz to retain.
Cody to win it back. Don't know why, just got a feeling.
I think Cody is on to bigger and better things. The only one I could see really maybe walking away with it would be Sin Cara out of left field. But then he'd probably botch the celebration, so...
Yeah, he'd probably do a flip off the top rope and like break his ankle with a belt in his hand or something. Spaz.
But yeah, Miz to retain, you know, I just don't think it's time for him to get rid of it. He has been so good as IC champ. You know, Rey Mysterio, don't need it. Cody, don't need it anymore.
But he showed that he wants it on Monday with an attack, so...
Mick Foley showed he wanted it when he went up against Randy Orton at Backlash 04. Didn't get it.
No, but he gave Orton the fight of his life, too.
But just because he showed that he wanted it, doesn't mean he's going to get it.
Alright.
Mr. Retain.
Okay.
So, that is our thoughts here.
I think it was the briefest prediction show we've ever done, ever. And
I've also been out of the loop for about 2 weeks, because you got to figure the cruise.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just all the chaos that's been going down this week.
Not the worker.
You know, just really been out of the loop the last couple weeks. So.
Right. Yep, it's been crazy around here. But you know what? Hopefully we'll get things back on track. Heading into whatever the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And, it's always a good... Alright, so there's our predictions. We will see you guys probably after the show for results and wrap-up and all that happy garbage. And then on to regular scheduled programming Monday. For JJ Williams,
for Jeff Meacham,
we'll see you guys next time
here on the Casa D18 Studios channel.